everyone. Welcome to week 3 of the Level 1 class. This is Natalie, and I hope you are having a great day. Please remember, if you have any questions or want to introduce yourself, you can email communityell34@gmail.com. I would be happy to try and answer any questions or just get to know the people that are watching these videos better. We're going to start with a quick review from lesson 2. All right. So where are these 3 pictures? Who is in picture 1? Who is in picture 2? And who is in picture 3? If you ever need more time to think about the answers, pause the video, but I will go to the answers. This is a restaurant, and in picture 1, you can see a cook. In picture 2, we see a server, and in picture 3, we see a manager. All right, same questions. Where are we in pictures 4, 5, and 6? Who do you see in picture 4? Who do you see in picture 5? And who do you see in picture 6? Pause the video if you need time to think. This is a hospital, and you can see a doctor, a nurse, and a custodian. All right, same questions. Where are we for pictures 7, 8, and 9? Who do you see in picture 7? Who do you see in picture 8? And who do you see in picture 9? Sorry, I gave the answers too quickly. This is a store, and you can see a cashier, a sales assistant, and a driver. All right, pictures 10 and 11. Where do these women work? Who is in picture 10? And who is in picture 11? And this one is really hard to tell just from the pictures, but if you know the 2 job names, then if you knew more about the person, you could pick the correct answer. So this is in an office. Picture 10 shows an office assistant, and picture 11 shows an accountant. An office assistant usually helps with sending out communication across a company, as well as helping the CEO or boss. An accountant specifically works on budgeting and finance for a company. All right, where do the people work in pictures 12 and 13? And what do they do? All right, so I actually put the numbers backwards. Picture 13 shows an electrician. Picture 12 shows a painter, and they are both at a construction site. All right, where do the people in pictures 14, 15, and 16 work? Who do you see in picture 14? Who do you see in picture 15? And who do you see in picture 16? All right, so all 3 of these people can work in a home. In picture 14, we see a homemaker, also sometimes called a stay-at-home mom. In picture 15, we see a child care worker. And in picture 16, we see a landscaper. All right, now we are on to today's lesson. The learning objectives are learn classroom vocabulary, give and follow classroom instructions, and talk about people and places in a school. So first, we'll go through some vocabulary. Picture 1 shows a desk. Picture 2 shows a laptop. Picture 3 shows a tablet. And picture 4 shows a phone. We'll go through these 4 words again. Picture 1 shows a desk. Picture 2 shows a laptop. Picture 3 shows a tablet. And picture 4 shows a phone. All right, now you try. What do you see in picture 1? What do you see in picture 2? What do you see in picture 3? What do you see in picture 4? All right, and one last time. In picture 1, we see a desk. In picture 2, we see a laptop. In picture 3, we see a tablet. And in picture 4, we see a phone. Picture 5 shows a projector. Picture 6 shows a board. Picture 7 shows a marker. And picture 8 shows a book. We'll go through these one more time. Picture 5 shows a projector. Picture 6 shows a board. Picture 7 shows a marker. And picture 8 shows a book. Now you try. What do you see in picture 5? What do you see in picture 7? Sorry, picture 6. What do you see in picture 7? And what do you see in picture 8? Now here are the answers. Picture 5 shows a projector. Picture 6 shows a board. Picture 7 shows a marker. And picture 8 shows a book. All right. Picture 9 shows a dictionary. Picture 10 shows a piece of paper. Picture 11 shows a sticky note, which can also be called a Post-it. And picture 12 shows a notebook. Again, picture 9 shows a dictionary. Picture 10 shows a piece of paper. Picture 11 shows a sticky note. And picture 12 shows a notebook. Now it's your turn. What do you see in picture 9? What do you see in picture 10? What do you see in picture 11? And what do you see in picture 12? Picture 9 shows a dictionary. Picture 10 shows a piece of paper. Picture 11 shows a sticky note. And picture 12 shows a notebook. Picture 13 shows an eraser. Picture 14 shows a 3-ring binder. Picture 15 shows a folder. And picture 16 shows a backpack. Again, picture 13 shows an eraser. Picture 14 shows a 3-ring binder. Picture 15 shows a folder. And picture 16 shows a backpack. Now you try. What do you see in picture 13? What do you see in picture 14? What do you see in picture 15? And what do you see in picture 16? Now we will go through the answers. Picture 13 shows an eraser. Picture 14 shows a 3-ring binder. Picture 15 shows a folder. And picture 16 shows a backpack. All right, now we can categorize the items into a chart. So the first part of the chart is digital devices. What are some of the options that show digital devices? I would say a laptop is certainly a digital device. A tablet is a digital device. And a projector is a digital device. Did I miss any? I don't think so. So we'll now look at things you read. So what are some things that you can read? One is a dictionary. You can read the words in the dictionary. Two, I think that's the main option of things that you read. Do you see any other options? Other things like a book or a magazine you also read, but that's not a vocabulary word. And I just realized I missed one for digital devices. A phone is certainly a digital device. All right, now the last column is things you write on. So let's think about the things that we write on. I think a piece of paper. A notebook. And a board. Sometimes kids will write on the desk when they're in school, but that is not what they should be writing on. So I'm just going to write the things that should be written on. Now we do have a few options that were not used in the table because a desk is really used to put things on. You can use a piece of paper and then write on top of the desk, but it doesn't really fit into any of these categories. A 3-ring binder, as well as a folder, are both used to hold papers, but you do not write a lot on either a paper or a binder on its own. So I think this is all we need in this chart. And we can move forward. All right, what things do you use in class? So now you can hit pause on the video and read through these options and write down the ones that you use. I know everyone is using either a laptop, tablet, or phone because you need to be using something to watch these class videos. And so I'll move to the next slide. Now we have some more vocabulary words. Number 1, please turn off your phone. Number 2, please your books. So what do you think the blank is? Please. This one is going to be put away because the arrow shows the books going inside the backpack. Let's try number 3. Please your notebook. What does this look like? I would say number 3 is please take out your notebook because the arrow is going from the backpack outside. And this leaves only one word left. Can I your pen? So what do you think the blank is here? Can I borrow your pen? Great. I'm going to read these all one more time just for repetition. Please turn off your phone. Please put away your books. Please take out your notebook. Can I borrow your pen? All right, now we'll go on to more practice. So there is a dialogue that I am going to read. The teacher says, please take your seats and take out your textbook. The teacher says, please take your seats and take out your textbook. All right, what is the teacher giving? Is the teacher giving A, books, B, instructions, or C, pencils? And remember what the teacher said. The teacher said, please take your seats and take out your textbook. These would be called instructions. The teacher is telling the students what to do. So the teacher is giving instructions. Here are just pictures of these three different options. These are books, these are pencils, and this is a teacher telling the students to follow the instructions. All right, now we have a dialogue. I am going to read through all the examples, but then you should pause the video and practice reading these ones out loud also. Teacher, please put away your notebook. Take out a pen. Student A, can I borrow a piece of paper? Student B, sure, here you go. All right, so we can see I read the first. So we saw notebook, pen, and piece of paper. I'll read this dialogue one more time. Please put away your notebook. Take out a pen. Can I borrow a piece of paper? Sure, here you go. All right, now we'll try one more time. But this time, so we'll do two more, this time with the second conversation. Please put away your dictionary. Take out a pencil. Can I borrow your eraser? Sure, here you go. Please put away your dictionary. Take out a pencil. Can I borrow your eraser? Sure, here you go. And I forgot to say, the word borrow means that someone gives something to you, but then once you're done using it, you must give it back. So borrow means to use something for a little bit, but not to take something and then keep it. Borrow means to take something, and after you are done using it, you give it back. All right, so oftentimes in directions, you see something called imperatives. And imperatives are basically commands. We can use both affirmative and negative imperatives. For example, a teacher can say, use a pencil, don't use a pen. So the affirmative imperative is that you need to use a pencil, and the negative imperative is that you don't use a pen. When you are using an imperative, what word should you add to be polite? Has anyone heard this word before? You want to say please. So going back to our sentences, instead of saying use a pencil, to be polite or kind, you can say please use a pencil. Please don't use a pen. And again, I have this example. Please use a pencil. Please don't use a pen. All right, now we have practice with the vocabulary words and pictures. So we can see that number 1 goes with picture D. Turn off your laptop. Number 2 says, don't use your dictionary. Which picture shows you don't use your dictionary? This one is going to be F. It's a little hard to see, but the phone says mydictionary.com. And so there's an X over it. So this means don't use your dictionary. Dictionaries can be either books or an online dictionary. Let's try number 3. Write in your book. Which picture do you think is showing write in your book? This one is going to be picture E. You can see someone is holding a pen and they are about to write in their book. Number 4, don't take out your notebook. Ooh, so which picture is showing don't take out your notebook? That's going to be picture H. Because pictures B and picture H both show a notebook, but picture H has an X across it. Number 5, don't turn off your laptop. So for this one, we're looking for something similar to picture D, but it has an X over it. Which picture is that? That would be picture E. Number 6, use your dictionary. So that's the same as what we saw with number 2, except there is no X. So that's going to be option A. Number 7 says take out your notebook. So instead of H, which has the X on top of it, we're going to go with letter B. And finally, don't write in your book. We only have one option left, and this one looks correct. This is going to be letter C. And now we have completed the activity. All right, so now look at the pictures, cross out the incorrect words. So for picture 1, would you say this is showing use a number 2 pencil or don't use a number 2 pencil? This one is saying use a number 2 pencil because there is no X on top of the person's hand using the number 2 pencil. So we can cross out don't use. All right, number 2, is this saying use a pen or don't use a pen? Number 2 is showing don't use a pen because there is an X on top of it. Number 3, is this showing fill in the circles or don't fill in the circles? This one is showing fill in the circles because you'll notice that the circles that are fully filled in, that is right, which means correct. And the circles with just an X or like a circle around the circle, those are wrong. So we want to fill in the circles. All right, last example, number 4. Look or don't look at your classmate's test. Ooh, this one should also make sense if you've ever been in school before. This one is don't look at your classmate's test. Just look at your own test. And we finished the activity. Complete the sentences about classroom rules. Use the words in the box. Add don't when necessary. All right, so we have 2 examples. Bring a notebook and pencil. Don't eat in class. How about number 3? Blank to class on time. What do you think goes in the blank? Would this be answer to class on time? Come to class on time? Follow to class on time? Or listen to class on time? This one is come. Come to class on time. How about number 4? Blank to your classmates. What do you think you need to do to your classmates? You need to listen to your classmates. let's try number 5. Blank your teacher's instructions. This one is going to be follow your teacher's instructions. And finally, blank your phone in class. Ooh, now this is one where we'll need the don't. Don't answer your phone in class. And that's it. Bring a notebook and pencil. Don't eat in class. Come to class on time. Listen to your classmates. Follow your teacher's instructions. Don't answer your phone in class. What are some things you must do in class? You can pause the video and practice writing down some things that you must do in class. What are some things that you should not do in class? Again, you can pause the video and write down some examples. And here I will give you some examples. So we're back to the first question. What are some things you must do in class? One big one, you must show up on time or come to class on time. Maybe come to class prepared. So you want to be ready with either your computer or a pen and a pencil so you're able to take notes. You want to follow the instructions from your teacher. And you want to listen to both your teacher and your classmates when they are speaking. These are not the only correct answers, but these are just some things that you must do when you are in class. All right, let's now look at things that you should not do when you are in class. What are some things that you should not do when you are in class? You should not talk while the teacher is talking. You should not show up late to class. Is there anything else that you can think about? Ooh, I have one. When taking an exam, you should not look at your classmates' desk. That one is very important. All right, if you would like, you can come up with more, but for now, we'll move on. Complete the sentences with the vocabulary in the box. So number 1, what does it look like he's doing? Is he looking at study goals, studying for a short period, or throwing out papers? I would say he's throwing out papers. How about number 2? He's studying for a short period or looking at study goals. I would say this man is looking at study goals. Finally, we can look at number 3. What is the person in picture 3 doing? He is studying for a short period. All right, I'll read all of these one more time. He's throwing out papers. He's looking at study goals. He's studying for a short period. All right, now we're going to do a reading. But before the reading, I always like to look at the questions so you know what to expect. Question 1. The information about study habits comes from A, students, B, parents, C, scientists. 2, it is a good idea to write your A, study goals, B, sleep habits, C, phone number in your notebook. Number 3, keep all your school things in a bag or backpack. It will help you, A, remember new words, B, be organized, or C, read faster. Number 4, blank papers you don't need. A, throw out, B, put away, C, organize. Number 5, you cannot learn when you are A, using your brain, B, studying for short periods, or C, doing 2 things at the same time. Number 6, most adults need about 6.5, 7.5, or 8 hours of sleep. All right, that's it for the questions. Now you can pause the video and practice reading. So here's the reading for you to pause the video, and then I will read it out loud twice. Helpful study habits. Sam and Tim are in the same class. Sam plans to study vocabulary every Sunday night for 60 minutes. Tim plans to study vocabulary for 10 minutes, 5 nights a week. Whose plan is better? Scientists study how people learn. They study how the brain remembers new information. What can scientists tell students? Set goals. Keep your goals small and write them in your notebook. For example, write listening, watch TV in English for 10 minutes, do it 5 days a week. Look at your goals every day. When you reach a goal, make a check mark next to it. Be organized. Keep all your things for school in a bag or backpack. Keep important papers in a binder. Throw out papers you don't need. Do one thing at a time. You cannot learn when you are thinking about other things. Don't watch TV. Don't listen to music. Don't text friends when you study. Turn off your phone. Get enough sleep. Most adults need about 7.5 hours of sleep. Sleep helps your brain work better. Study for a short period every day. That's better than studying for a long time on one day. You will remember more. Tim has the right idea. All right, I will read the passage one more time. Helpful study habits. Sam and Tim are in the same class. Sam plans to study vocabulary every Sunday night for 60 minutes. Tim plans to study vocabulary for 10 minutes, 5 nights a week. Whose plan is better? Scientists study how people learn. They study how the brain remembers new information. What can scientists tell students? Set study goals. Keep your goals small and write them in your notebook. For example, write listening. Watch TV in English for 10 minutes. Do it 5 days a week. Look at your goals every day. When you reach a goal, make a check mark next to it. Be organized. Keep all your things for school in a bag or backpack. Keep important papers in a binder. Throw out papers you don't need. Do one thing at a time. You cannot learn when you are thinking about other things. Don't watch TV. Don't listen to music. Don't text friends when you study. Turn off your phone. Get enough sleep. Most adults need about 7.5 hours of sleep. Sleep helps your brain work better. Study for a short period every day. That's better than studying for a long time on one day. You will remember more. Tim has the right idea. All right, now let's answer the questions. Number 1, the information about study habits comes from A, students, B, parents, C, scientists. This one is going to be C, scientists. 2, It is a good idea to write your blank in your notebook. A, study goals. B, sleep habits. C, phone number. This one is going to be A, study goals. It is a good idea to write your study goals in your notebook. 3, keep all your school things in a bag or backpack. It will help you, A, remember new words, B, be organized, or C, read faster. The correct answer is B, be organized. Keep all your school things in a bag or backpack. It will help you be organized. Number 4, blank papers you don't need. A, throw out, B, put away, or C, organize. This one is going to be A. Throw out papers you don't need. 5, you cannot learn when you are A, using your brain, B, studying for short periods, C, doing 2 things at the same time. This one is going to be C, doing 2 things at the same time. Remember, the reading used the example of watching TV, texting on your phone, or listening to music. You don't want to do those while you are studying. You cannot learn when you are doing 2 things at the same time. Most adults need about blank hours of sleep. Is this A, 6.5, B, 7.5, or C, 8? Now, I sometimes forget in the reading, so let's look one more time. Most adults need about 7.5 hours of sleep. All right, so this one is going to be B, 7.5. Most adults need about 7.5 hours of sleep. So we finished these 6 questions. And now we have some fill in the blanks. Great work. All right, here we go. Good study habits help you better. So what do good study habits help us do? I think they help us learn better. For example, set study. This one will be goals. Be blank and keep all your school things in a bag or backpack. Be organized. Do one thing at a time. Get the sleep your brain needs. Study for a short blank every day. And this one will be period. All right, so I'll read the whole thing. Good study habits help you learn better. For example, set study goals, be organized, and keep all your school things in a bag or backpack. Do one thing at a time. Get the sleep your brain needs. Study for a short period every day. And now I have a question for you. What are good study habits that you have? What can you do to improve your study habits? So you can pause the video and think about how you do a good job studying and how you need to do better with your studying. Now we're going to label parts of a computer. We have 4 vocab words here: keyboard, mouse, printer, and screen. So we'll start with this gray thing over here. What is this? This is the printer. All right, how about the little white thing next to the computer? That is the mouse. All right, the white square on the computer, that is the screen. And finally, the part where you type on the computer, that is called a keyboard. So we'll go through all these words one more time. we have keyboard, screen, mouse, and printer. Now here is a picture of two students named Carlos and Mimi. Where are Carlos and Mimi, and what are they looking at? So here I would say Carlos and Mimi are in the classroom. And what are they looking at? I think they are looking at the textbook. All right, now we'll review singular versus plural. I actually misspelled this for the word that I meant. This should be Plural, plural. Sorry for the mistake. But we all make mistakes and learn. All right, here we go. Singular. This is an apple. That is an apple. These are apples. Those are apples. So when you have a single thing that is nearby, you use this. When you have a single thing that is not nearby, you use that. When you have multiple things that are nearby, you use these. And when you have multiple things that are not nearby, you use those. Here are more examples. Those are flowers. These are dogs. That is a dog. This is a flower. So again, notice that you use this and these when it's close by. This and these when it's close by. That and those when it's far away. That and this when it's singular. No, sorry. Those and this. No. That and this when it's singular. And those or these when it's plural. So again, those and these are for plural. That and this are for singular. And we will continue to get practice. These are called demonstrative pronouns. This is a book. These are books. That is a book. Those are books. One more time. This is a book. The singular nearby. These are books. The plural nearby. That is a book. Singular far away. Those are books. Plural far away. And here is a chart that shows you singular and near, you use this. Plural and near, you use these. Singular and far, you use that. Plural and far, you use those. There are some words that sound similar, so I just want everyone to listen very closely. 10 is like the number 10. Then means like one thing happens, then another thing. So 10 versus then. 10, then. All right, next we have day with a D, day, and they. Day, they. The last one, D's and these. D's, these. D's is like the letter D if you have multiple letter D's. And these, like we said, we would use for these are flowers or these are books. I'll do each one more time. 10, then. Day, they. These, these. All right, now we get to create new conversations using the pictures. I will read all of the conversations twice, and then you should pause the video and practice them. I think we can also annotate these pictures to make it a little bit easier. So the first picture shows a keyboard. The second picture shows a tablet. The third picture shows a projector. Fourth picture shows highlighters. Fifth picture shows sticky notes, which are also called Post-its. And the sixth picture shows notebooks. All right, so I will start with the first conversation. What's this called in English? It's a keyboard. And these? What are these called? They're highlighters. What's this called in English? It's a keyboard. And these? What are these? They're highlighters. Number 2. What's this called in English? It's a tablet. And these? What are these? They're sticky notes. What's this called in English? It's a tablet. And these? What are these called? They're sticky notes. Number 3. What's this called in English? It's a projector. And these? What are these called? They're notebooks. What's this called in English? It's a projector. And these? What are these called? They're notebooks. All right, and here this is explained again. I know I have gone through this many, many times, but I think it's important and can be very confusing. So we'll start with singular. This is a good dictionary. That's a great picture. Plural. These are good dictionaries. Those are great pictures. All right, finally, we'll do some practice. So this is a good book. That is the example. And next we have either that or those are my classes. Which of these sounds correct? Would we say that's are my classes or those are my classes? We want to say those are my classes, so we can cross out that. All right, are my markers? Would we say this is are my markers or these are my markers? We would say these are my markers because markers is plural. Number 4, my folders. That's my folders. Those are my folders. Again, the correct answer is going to be the plural one. Those are my folders. And the last example are called a screen. That's called a screen, or those are called a screen. When we have a screen, that means only one. So this time we would use that. So I'll go through this one more time, circling the correct answer. This is a good book. Those are my classmates. These are my markers. Those are my folders. That's called a screen. And that is a contraction for that is. Now look at the pictures. Complete the sentences with this is, that, these are, and those are. Number 1 shows these are books. How about number 2? Would we say these are our teacher? This is our teacher? Those are our teacher? Or that's our teacher? Since they are pointing from far away and there's only one teacher, we would say that's our teacher. All right, now there are many binders and they're far away. So we say this is nice binders, that's nice binders, these are nice binders, or those are nice binders. We would say those are nice binders. And finally, number 4. That is my backpack. That's my backpack. These are my backpack, or those are my backpack. Since the boy is actually touching the backpack, we can say this is my backpack. And I'll read all of them one more time. These are our books. That's our teacher. Those are nice binders. This is my backpack. All right, and this is the end of the class. For homework, I would like you to write 2 sentences about things in your classroom if you're taking a different English class, or about the classroom that you would like to be taking class in if you are not in a different class right now. I want to thank you so much for listening, and I hope these videos are helpful. Please email if you have any questions or ideas on how I can make this class better. Thank you. Bye.